Okay, hello everyone. We're here for another draft. It's kind of cool because I now have an outside reason outside of just fun for doing these. One of my professors at my university requires us to do weekly blog posts, and I've decided to do uh, these videos and a short write-up to go with it. So that's pretty cool. It keeps us drafting every week. Official excuses to play Magic are awesome. Wow, we have an interesting pack. Wow. The main choices really are Spear of Heliod, which I've never actually drafted, but is probably really good. And then Sea God's Revenge, which is awesome. And Griptide, which is also awesome. I feel like, and I'm probably wrong in this, considering that green is like the deepest color in the format. There's also Leafground Tribe, by the way, which is an awesome first pick. Anyway, this format I feel are based around white decks and blue decks. So getting to pick between a white or blue card is very good. The problem is I don't know which one to pick. I kind of want to try the rare because I like Spirit of Helion, but I know that Griptide and Sea God's Revenge are both very good. And I actually think I might forget the rare and I might just pick Sea God's Revenge because it is proven. It is awesome. It is probably slightly better than Griptide. Like, you know for certain the next cards are going to be Spear, Dryad, and Griptide, but we'll just have to live with that. Looking at this next pack, we have a cool rare Triad of Fates. Too bad it's not in the two colors we picked, or in either the color that we picked. We have a Sip of Hemlock, a Gray Merchant, which is a good signal. Blue-black is a great color combination. We also have, just as general good cards, Perforos' Emissary it's not bad. Its Bestow is a little high, but that's okay. And this Acolyte's not bad. But it's interesting that we have these four good like white and black cards. Even though white and black's like not really a good color combination in this format. If there was even a marginal blue card, or even just a marginal mono white card, I would probably take it. But we don't have that option here, so I'm probably just going to go with the best card that is more likely to go with our first pick, and I'm pretty sure that's Grey Merchant of Asphodel. I mean, if the card top 8's a Pro Tour, it's got to be like at least decent. Although it does take some work in order to get the value out of it that you want. Okay. We have been passed a Baleful Eidolon, a good card. It doesn't seem like much, but since Black's removal is so expensive, Lash of the Whip costs 5 and Sip of Hemlock costs 6. It's important to have a guy that can defend you early. Excuse my voice. And damn. Boy, it didn't take long before I swore. It's important to have a guy that can defend you while you set up your Grey Merchants and all your crazy awesome spells and your card advantage. So I think I'm just going to take it. Omen Speaker's okay, but he does a lot of work. Scry 2 is not irrelevant. It allows you to keep all kinds of weird hands. Yeah, but we're not going to take any of the rest of the stuff. And Null's marginal. And Fortune Stater's great, but it's not really what we're looking for. So we're just going to grab the Baleful Eidolon. See where this draft goes. Boy, a lot of interesting picks for us. Another Baleful Eidolon is obviously good. Erebos' Emissary is... I actually don't like it that much. It's fine. It's good in like black-red aggressive decks, but I'm just not terribly interested in it. Artisan Informed is a very interesting card. The only problem is that most of the creatures in the format are generally small to start, and they get things like +1/+1 counters and auras and such, which means that this card is, it's okay. It's not wonderful. Prescient Chimera is good, but it is a 5-drop in a format where 5-drops are easy to come by, and especially because we want most of our 5s to be things like this. So we're probably just going to pick up another Baleful Eidolon. Card's fine. It's like a weird removal spell. And yeah, we're passing a couple other good cards, but we're going to see what happens. Okay, well, we're not a whole lot of good things happening here. The rare doesn't really do anything. I guess it's okay, but like giving them a 2/2 flying bird is like Windrake's really good in this format. Not yeah, there's Leaf Crown Dryad to as in the common reach slot, but it's kind of tough to deal with, especially in black blue. You're gonna have to kill that guy eventually. Um, this is a card that is good in the right situation, in the right deck, but we're really not there. So I think I'm just gonna take Fate Foretold. Excuse me. And we're gonna see if we can make things up as we go along. Oh man, Vaporkin. I thought this card was awesome, and Welcome Turn has been very good in most of the formats it's been printed in, which is basically a reprint of this card, but it's not super good in this format. It just isn't. Looking at other options, that's a very late time to feed, and black-green is kind of a thing. We passed a number of good green cards already, but I'll be honest, I just don't want to play Vaporkin. I don't like the card very much, and time to feed is very good, and there's a small chance that we end up moving in depending on what other people are doing. So I'm going to take it and see what goes. Alright. Yep. Not really a nothing pack, but kind of. It might be right that Traveler's Amulet is the pick, or actually it'd be Nylea's Presence, I guess, in this case, because we're thinking about, we've got 3 black cards we want to play, right? These are actually really small, so I'm going to make them a little bigger. I have to do that every draft. And then we got this. We really just want to play this card. And yeah, this kind of serves the same functions, except it doesn't really replace itself. And this is a fine sideboard card, but we need to be in that color already. This is a card you can pick up later. So I'm just going to go with an Nylea's Presence for now, and maybe be a bug deck or black-green splash. Who knows? Wow, another Bill Eidolon. We're going to pick this up. This, actually, it's funny. Most colors, in fact, yeah, all the colors they have a cycle of uncommon instants that do up to 2 target creatures get X. This is the worst one, I think. It goes Triton Tactics, Coordinated Assault, Dauntless Onslaught, Warriors Lesson than this one, I think. I mean, it depends on the deck, of course, but the card's oddly bad. Your guys all suck, and +1/+1 isn't good enough. I'll take another Baleful Eidolon. Just look to gum up the ground and do cool things later. Normally, in the past, I would probably take a 2-drop here. Although, man, this guy's really late. Well, it doesn't really fit with the rest of our picks. But this guy's actually really annoying. He's very hard to kill. Really can't kill it with just about anything, and he blocks most things. I've actually lost at least 1 match to that guy. Let's sort by colors. There we go. Makes a little more sense. Man, we did not get a whole lot to go our way. Well, Return Centaur sucks. So we can take Fade into Antiquity or Shredding Winds. I think I'm just going to take the Shredding Winds as a sideboard card. You need a way to beat up on the Wingsteed Rider, which is probably the very best common. Alright, we got some choices. These are bad. I think I'm going to take the Artisan's Sorrow. Being instant speed's a lot better than the sorcery speed of Fade into Antiquity, and the Scry 2 tacked on is well worth the extra 1 mana you pay for it. I like having 1 disenchant. It's not the worst. Alright, well, we'll take another Shredding Winds for the sideboard. Boy, this deck's not really looking that great. Yeah, I'll just take this dead card, and well, we got a presence, so we're doing things. Someone gave us the red card last. That usually means they're not red, trying to let us know. It's kind of weird because we got the Hound. The Hound came through late and some other things, but yeah, let's put this over here. We don't want that. We don't want to play that. This pack has an Insatiable Heart. It's got an Insatiable Harpy. Actually pretty good in this format. Like I said, Windrakes are good, and Wolves with Lifelink are even better. It's got Rescue from the Underworld. Man, I like this card. I drafted it once, but never got a chance to actually use it. It's really, really good with Grey Merchant, but we're going to have to pick up another one if we're going to make this deck work. At least another one, preferably 2. It's funny because we have all these green cards, right? But they're mostly sideboard cards, and the presence gives us a lot of the ability to stretch our mana base somewhat. But we really need some dudes. We have 5 guys, and 3 of them, they're actually all defensive creatures. I almost want to take the Harpy, because I really do like it. But I am a sucker for a good trick. I'm a sucker for a good trick. I'll take that. And this pack has Freak is Cure. It's got some blue cards. It's got Return Phalanx, which I like a lot. It might be fine with our presences. Freakish Cure is good, but we have triple Baleful Eidolon and hold the ground early. This card's not good once your opponent has triggered Heroic one time. It just doesn't kill the guy. And the blue options are fine, but I think we're going to be a little greedy, and we're going to take the Phalanx because basically we just want early drops. And black has a real problem with getting those black mana symbols in play to trigger to do your devotion things with Grey Merchant and your Disciple of Phoenix or whatever it's called. So we're going to take the Phalanx, and we'll probably have blue mana. Either we're going to be blue, or we're going to have blue mana that we can attack with it should we need to. Okay. What a strange pack. Not a lot going on here. Nylea's Disciple is fine. It does gain you life, but we want to be base black if we can, which makes this card significantly worse and probably harder to cast. Although not with this. We're going to take another Return Phalanx. It's much better than Flesh Mad Steed, I think. I hate this card. I know you need those black mana symbols, but this card just sucks. You play it because you have to, not because you want to. This card, you could be in the same spot, but at least it's a respectable defender that holds the ground. It doesn't trade with, anything. Ooh. Well, this is a much more interesting pack. We have a Disciple of Phoenix, which is a very good card. Man, I wonder if Blood Toll Harpy is actually just better, though. A 2-power flyer for 3 mana with a black mana symbol in its cost. If we look at our curve, which doesn't look much like a curve right now, let's put this over here. It's pretty clear we're not going to be playing that color unless something really weird happens. Disciple is good because it can take a card out of their hand. It's 2 black mana symbols, but I think the Blood Toll Harpy is just more important overall. Getting to get your little bits of damage in is important, and it's probably more important than this ability. Okay, well we got a nothing going on here. I wonder if we've just drafted the wrong colors or if we're just in a tough spot. I'm not taking Dissolve, and it sucks that these are the cards we're getting, right? This is the signals are being passed. These 2 cards. I might just take, like I said, I can fill up my deck with 5 drops if I want to. I don't want to take another Nylea's Presence. But if I do, I don't even have to play an island. No, I'm gonna take the big dude. We're just gonna ride this one to the end, which is probably gonna be in the first round. Yeah, we're just still getting a card. We're just gonna take this guy. He's not really good in our deck. You can put Baleful Eidolon on him, which makes him into a 5/5, which is not the worst thing in the world. And we can time to feed. That's another good thing you can do with him. It doesn't do anything with it, but it's not really terrible. Okay, well we got our Sip of Hemlock. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well that's good. We got a very late Sip of Hemlock. It's a fine card. It kills a guy. It's unconditional, and it has that that poke kind of damage that black really needs because black has trouble finishing games. It looks like, as you can see, it's going to be true this time. The other option is this if we were really short on 2 drops, but we really need that. Oh my, another one. This is looking good, I guess. Scourge Mark's pretty good, actually, but we want more unconditional removal. Our deck is very grindy and very slow, so we want to just be able to do that. We're going to take Mnemonic Wall. We could splash that. We have our double Nylea's Presence. Well, we're just going to take that card away because, well, it's awesome. We got a Flesh Mad Steed. See, people don't like this. I guess people have been picking it higher lately because they realize that you need it. But I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about that either. But we do have a billion 2 drops, which is nice. We have a pair, and trips of all kinds of things. So our deck is going to be consistent in that sense. And we just, this is an interesting deck to say the least. It's funny that this card's actually not very good in our deck because it's so expensive. Griptide's probably a lot better, and may have actually been the pick. Nah, it can't be right. At least we didn't take the Spear because we were cut off pretty hard from white in the first pack, so we wouldn't even be able to play it. Mm. Okay. Well, we got a Voyage's End, which is awesome. It's like the best blue common, probably. It might be the best common, period. This is a card that I recently